Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood. You are watching The Political Vigilante. Oh, boy. It's unbelievable what's going on. So the U.S. House okays Iron Dome funding in a 420-9 vote after delay caused by the squad. So this is the thing why we're like really disappointed with the squad, the Progressive Caucus, and this is why you cannot reform the Democratic Party from within. I've been saying this for over a year now. I don't know when people are going to wake up to this. I don't understand it. So what this means is, I'm going to get into it in a second. We've just given Israel $1 billion for this rocket defense thing. So this is a country that is literally, Gaza is an open air prison. They're treating the Palestinians like second-class citizens. They completely overreact to them. Like Hamas will shoot some rockets, but Israel just wantonly bombs and destroys things. And it's just like America says with its State Department. We say, oh, we're just going to strategically, precision guided. And there's two organizations I've talked about, two Israeli organizations. One is, I think it's called Bet Salim, which is a bunch of Israelis that are calling out the aggression that the Israeli government has towards Palestinians. And then there's Breaking the Silence, which is ex-Israeli soldiers talking about how awful it is. So I always reference them because it's people like to say, oh, well, if you're not an Israeli, you don't get it. It's too complicated or whatever. And it's not that complicated when America, namely the Democratic Party, gives all this money to Israel to do whatever they want. And they can treat the Palestinians like second-class citizens. It's unreal. So this is the some of the performative acts. AOC voted present. HR 5323 passes with 420 votes in favor, while 8 Democrats, Representative Rashida Tlaib of Michigan, Ilhan Omar of Minnesota, Anna Presley of Massachusetts, Cory Bush of Minnesota, Andre Carson of Indiana, Maureen Newman of Illinois, Jesus Garcia of Illinois, Raul Gravella of Arizona, and 1 Republican, Representative Tom Massey of Kentucky, vote no. Democratic Representatives Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of New York and Hank Johnson of Georgia are the lone lawmakers to vote present. So the squad tried to hold this bill up and they voted no, and they got crushed. But this is why this is at least they said they're on record for saying no. Knowing the bill's going to pass, 420 would have been 420 to 10. AOC still didn't have the guts to vote no. She couldn't even vote no on a bill she knew was going to pass. Even if you're just a cynical politician that's like, look, I want this bill to pass, but if I vote no, it looks good to my lefty base. She couldn't even do that. She doesn't even have the guts to do that at all. She has nothing. She doesn't stand for anything. And then she cried about, oh, it's so difficult. Oh, she's all talk. She's all nothing. She does nothing. Because here's what just happened. The U.S. House of Representatives votes overwhelmingly to pass the Iron Dome Supplemental Appropriations Act, which will send an additional $1 billion in funding for Israel's missile defense system. Hey, by the way, if you're sitting there wondering what you're going to do now that the eviction moratorium is passed, don't worry. $1 billion was sent so that Israel can continue to oppress the Palestinian people. If they stop treating the Palestinians like second-class citizens, maybe they wouldn't be shooting rockets into Israel. See, this is the same crap that we do. This is the same crap our police department does. We go into the black and brown communities and antagonize them and antagonize and then go, and then we always play the, we had no choice. We had no choice. We had no choice. This is what Israel does. We had no choice. We had no choice. Oh, yay, Netanyahu's gone and was replaced by a guy who says, you know, he's happy he's killed Arabs. And Israel is a right-wing country, just like America is. This is our big lefty resistance party. Could only muster 9 people. 9. Well, 8 Democrats and 1 Republican to vote against this bill overwhelmingly. The Progressive Caucus, which is so-called progressive members within the Democratic Party. There are 100 members of the Progressive Caucus. If the Progressive Caucus were to act like the Tea Party did, remember the Tea Party 10, 15 years ago? The Tea Party didn't go after the Democratic Party. The Tea Party didn't criticize the Democrats. The Tea Party went to the Republican Party and said, if you don't give us what we want, we walk. We walk. And the Republicans are like, oh God, if they start a third party, we're screwed. That's what you need to do to the Democrats. But liberals, when you criticize AOC, go, don't be so mean on her. She's one of our heroes. Don't be hard on Nancy Pelosi. Don't be hard on Joe Biden. No, this is what's going on. People are facing eviction due to this pandemic. They're facing foreclosure due to this pandemic, but we're going to ship an additional $1 billion. An additional $1 billion. There's people still waiting in food lines for food banks. Unemployment's over. So if you were, some people, they moved their business online. Fine. Some people got PPP loans. Fine. Whatever. Okay, great. Some people, are back to work. Their industry has been kind of open, but we're still in the middle of a pandemic. The Delta variant the last month has shut a lot of things down. So, but we got money to give another country for war. So we spend, now remember the Senate gave Joe Biden about a month or so ago an extra $25 billion for war, making us now outspend the next somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 15 countries combined. So we always got money for war. We got money to give Israel money for war, but we can't even take care of our own citizens. We can't even do that. We should have free healthcare in the middle of a pandemic, but we can't have that. But we got money for war. Student debt forgiveness. You want to stimulate the economy? Take 85% of all student loans, which are federally backed, and just forgive them. Just say you don't have to pay it back. How many people who have got like somewhere in the neighborhood of like $300 to $400, I think the average is somewhere in the neighborhood of $300, $400 for student loans, didn't have to come up with that. Money's so tight. Imagine not having to pay a $300 bill every month. That'd be a big deal. Like, wow, that'd free up a lot of money. That would actually stimulate the economy more. You got an extra $300 a month. You can invest it. You can buy some stuff. You can whatever, pay off debt. You can pay off your credit card debt. You can do whatever. You can't do that. But we got money for war. 68,000 people die every year because they don't have health insurance, but we have $1 billion to give Israel for some ridiculous missiles thing. You don't want Hamas to shoot rockets. You stop killing people and beating them and treating them like rats. I don't know. It's the same. We do this all over America. We let Israel do this, and then we do this ourselves. Oh man, why are all these people from Central and South America trying to come to our borders? Well, because we destabilize them with sanctions and war. We've helped destabilize all these countries. Oh, what are we going to do with all these refugees? Well, maybe nobody wants to leave their home. Everyone would prefer to stay where they grew up, where their friends and family are, where they know people, where they're comfortable. Everyone would prefer that. But when you have the big, awful, evil American empire just bombing the shit and sanctioning everybody and stealing resources and deposing democratically elected leaders for psychopaths, but we don't care if it's a psychopath as long as we get access to their natural resources, that's how this goes. And this is allowed to happen because people like AOC are weak. Here's what a popular journalist said. This guy's got Malcolm Lamont Hill has 500,000 Twitter followers. Voting present on the Iron Dome issue is an act of political cowardice. Vote yes or no. Let the people know where you stand. Otherwise, it's just a cynical gesture designed to sustain a radical brand while performing the status quo. And I guarantee you, this is why AOC, I'm so done with her. I'm so done with her. I was such a fan. When she got in there, I was like, oh man, the squad, here we go. And I was naive. I was naive to think maybe we could take, no. This guy is 100% correct. It is an act of political cowardice. What do you stand to lose if you vote no on a bill that's going to pass no matter what? I'll tell you what. AIPAC goes, you want to make a run at the White House in 2028? When Alexandria is 35? You want to make a run at the White House? You're going to need our money. So you better vote present. She said, she's like, I can't vote yes. So just vote present, which is the cowardly political way. This is what a politician does. Someone who doesn't stand for anything other than their own self-interest of getting reelected again. That's what that move was. That's what that move was. The other Cheetah Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, Presley, Cori Bush, right? Those other members of the squad at least are saying, no, we're against this. Even if they're like, we know it's going to pass, we'll still take some money from AIPAC. I doubt Omar is going to take money from AIPAC. I doubt that. I doubt Presley and Tlaib are going to take money. But AOC, this is her thing. She's just a resistance brand. She's a brand. She's not an actual resistance. She won't do that. That's why she calls Nancy Pelosi Mama Bear. That's why she shifted her criticism to solely being of that of the Republican Party. She's a coward. This is political cowardice. AOC voting present is an act of political cowardice. It's just a cynical gesture designed to sustain a radical brand while performing the status quo. That's what it is. So once again, AOC, we've shown that the squad doesn't do much, but AOC really does nothing. And oh, by the way, Tulsi Gabbard, who's not in Congress anymore, has said zero. She said nothing about this. She can't even weigh in. What is she afraid to weigh in on? She's not in office. She must be trying to run for something. What is she going to run for president again or governor of Hawaii or something? Nothing to say. These people are cowards. This is a waste of money. And how we're treating Palestine is completely wrong. And if you were like against, you know, if you're like a Black Lives Matter supporter and a defund the police supporter, then you have to be critical of the Israeli government's treatment of the Palestinians. And if you can't do that, then you're just cynical. It's all talk. It's all talk. So this is the Democratic Party. Oh, by the way, Joe Biden is like deporting more Haitians than anyone ever has before. This is Joe Biden. You see those Haitians getting rounded up by cops at the border? White guys in cowboy hats on horseback whipping black people in the year 2021. That's under Joe Biden's watch, by the way. That's under by the way, Congress is controlled by the Democrats. And the Democrats also have a majority in the Senate. So why are we coddling these Democrats? Because here's what's going to happen. They're going to lose some seats in 2022 to the Republicans, which the Democratic establishment will go, great. Because then they can spend the next 2 years sending all those stupid emails going, donate to the Democrats. We've got to take back. I can't wait to see the take back donation emails. We got to take back the House. We got to take back the Senate. Take it back from you. You lost it. You had it. This is what happens when the Republican Party just goes so far right. They're just a neo-fascist organization. And the Democratic Party follows them. The Democratic Party is now to the right of the Republican Party from the 1980s. Like Reagan is a big lefty compared to this Democratic Party. Vote. If you live in AOC's district, you better vote her out. Primary these folks. Get them out of there. Replace them with People's Party candidates or Green Party or Libertarians. I don't care. Do not vote for Democrats. Don't give them your money. Don't give them your time. You're a sucker. You're a chump if you vote for the Democrat. If you think you can reform the Democratic Party from within, after all they've done, screwing Bernie Sanders over twice, and then Bernie kowtowing to them twice, and AOC just votes president, I don't know what more you need to see. Thanks for watching. Follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth. I bet you there's going to be a nice big payday from AIPAC to AOC somewhere down the road. Just watch. When she's up for re-election, there's going to be some AIPAC money in there. I bet you we see it. We'll go to Open Secrets and find out, won't we? I bet you she gets some AIPAC money. I guarantee it. Remember this, September 23rd, 2021, where I'm telling you, AOC, if she hasn't already, will get AIPAC money. Because that's how this works. It's not simple. It's not complicated. It's a very simple. She's going where the money and the power is. She's been promised the White House in 2028. She's going to be Kamala's VP or whatever's going to happen. And she's and And if you believe this, we got to wait. It's always, this is the centrist wave. Not now. Don't be too hard on her. Wait, the Republicans are so bad. Just let her. Then when the Democrats control all three, when is it? When is it? Remember, Obama had the House and the Senate and the White House for 2 years. He had it. Didn't do it. He said in 2009, I'm putting 30,000 more troops in Afghanistan, and I'm going to pull them out in a year and a half. We should have been out 10 years ago, according to Obama. Who was his vice president? Biden. All right, Biden's got out of it. I'm glad we're out of Afghanistan. This is the Democratic Party, guys. If you vote for them and give them your money, you're a chump. You're a sucker. But hey, Barnum, CP Barnum, the guy said there's a sucker born every minute. So keep giving them your money and if we don't vote for them, the Republicans are going to take over. All right. Boy, such resistance present. Boy, real bold. What a bunch of cowards. They're cowards. They're not your friends. They're not your pals. They're not fighting for you. They're fighting for themselves and their donors. Even the squad. Come on. 8 of them. All right. 8 people voted against this. Fine. But they'll never say we're leaving. If those 8 people, if the squad, those 8 people and AOC said we're leaving the Democratic Party to go to the People's Party, holy shit, would shit change. But they won't do that. Nina Turner's not going to leave. She's on TYT now. Tulsi's not even a politician. She wouldn't do it. Norma Jean Swearigen's the only one with any sort of integrity. The only one. But, keep them whatever. The Democrats. I've heard this crap for 30 years. And there's a whole new generation of people being sucked into this crap. But, definition of insanity, do the same thing over and over, expecting different results. So if you think the Democratic Party is going to reform from within, then good luck. Thanks for watching the show. Shave your knuckles for justice. Boom. Hey, everybody. Ron Placone and I had to cancel all of our October tour dates because of COVID, the Delta variant, and all that. But we still have shows in California. Ron and I are doing San Francisco, September 11th, Sacramento, September 12th, Burbank, September 15th, and Lee Camp and I are doing Live Government Secrets, September 18th in Los Angeles. All those tour dates are at GrahamElwood.com. All of the venues are requiring proof of vaccination. Dynasty Typewriter on the 18th is also saying you can do negative COVID tests, but check with the venues for what their policies are. I have no control over those policies. Go to GrahamElwood.com. Sorry we can't come. This sucks. We'll be back hopefully next year. But if you're in California or want to make the trip, come out to these shows. These are probably the only shows we're going to do this year. Thank you.